Before we get into episode 1, I just want to give you a bit of a heads up. I did a very, very human thing. Whilst learning about cameras and lighting and everything I've had to put this podcast together, episode 1 was recorded with this lav mic recorded in the headphone jack instead of the recording jack. My first response was, oh no, I've got to re-record this. But then I thought, this is a show about being human, and that's a very human thing to do. So I've decided to leave it in there. Episode 2, the sound will be much better, but I hope you enjoy the message of episode 1.
Most people claim they want authenticity, but then they only show one version of themselves. That's not authentic. That's a mask. If you've ever felt like you're a walking contradiction, I'm here to tell you, you're not broken. Congratulations, welcome aboard, you're a human being. Because here's the truth. There's no one version of you. There's the version of you that wants to be disciplined, and yet there's the version of you that wants to set fire to the whole damn plan. There's the version of you that wants peace, and yet there's the version of you that wants to fight. There's the version of you that loves people, and yet there's also the version of you that wants them to leave you the hell alone. That doesn't make you fake. That makes you complex. And for most of my life, I thought I had to pick one. I had to be either the good boy or the rebel. I had to be the responsible one, or I had to be reckless. I had to be the strong one, or I had to be the sensitive one. But the reality is, I've always been all of them. So this show isn't about me pretending that I've got it all together. If you're looking for some sort of guru, I am not your man. This show is me turning the camera on and letting you meet the parts of me that actually built my life. And the part you're meeting today is called the director. The director is the part that finally stepped in one day and said, all right, mate, enough. Enough of the chaos, enough of the living on autopilot, enough of letting whatever emotion just shows up, take over and run the show. Because that's exactly how I was living. One part of me would take over, the shame would come up, I'd swear I'm never doing it again. And then another part takes over, and of course, I'm doing it all over again. And I'd sit there afterwards, and I'd think, what's bloody wrong with you? And that's where most people live. They're not living consciously. They're just reacting. So the director isn't to make me perfect. The director is to make me honest. It's the part that slows things down and asks the most important question. Who's driving now? Because I'm not one personality. I'm a whole bloody cast. And once I accepted that, well, everything else just started to make sense. So here's how the show works. Every episode, you're going to meet a different part of me. Not a character, not me trying to be a bloody actor. A genuine part of my psychology. And a real part that's been built during my life. Built from love, built from pain, built from growth. And the goal isn't to watch me perform. The goal is to recognize yourself. Because if you've ever felt like a contradiction, I can tell you, you are not alone. If you've ever said to yourself, why do I keep doing this thing? Like, why do I keep sabotaging myself? Why am one day I'm like super strong and then the next day feel completely hopeless? And this show is for you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to show you what's possible when you stop trying to kill parts of yourself off and you start learning how to lead them. And that's what the director does. It doesn't silence the chaos. It just organizes it. It doesn't pretend that the messy parts don't exist. It just offers them a seat at the table. Because when you don't lead your parts, they lead you. All right. Director's shirt on. And from this point onwards, I'm no longer talking about a system. I'm using it. But before we get carried away, two important things. A, I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to be conscious. And second thing, I don't care what any of the other parts say, right? Listen to me very carefully. I am the most important part. In fact, I'm not even sure if this podcast would be happening if it wasn't for me. So I just wanted to put that out there now because there'll be a lot of parts that you're going to meet and they're going to say a lot of things. So this is season 1 and we're going to keep it clean. We're not going to do 25 parts right now because I don't want to overwhelm you and I definitely don't want to overwhelm myself. Season 1 is about building trust, safety, and rhythm. You're going to meet 8 parts of me, not just 8 random parts. They're foundational. Today you've met the director, the part of me that leads all parts. But you're also going to meet the parent, the part of me that had to grow up, step up, and choose love. The songwriter, the part of me that turns emotion into meaning. The truth teller, the part of me that says what everybody's thinking but no one wants to say. The explorer, the part of me that says, there's got to be more to life. The lover, the part of me that always brings love to the table. The rock star, the part of me that performs, speaks, creates, and just shows up even when I'm scared. And you'll meet the circuit breaker. This is the part of me that shuts down the whole system when it's overloaded. This part is designed to ensure I don't set fire to everything good in my life. And if you're listening right now and you're thinking, Jesus, John, that sounds like a lot. Good. That's the point. Being human is complex. And when we sit here and pretend we're not, that's when people get stuck. So here's what I've had to learn the hard way. People don't need more motivation, more morning routines, more discipline, more online courses. What they need is to stop fighting with themselves. Because when you're at war with yourself, you can't build anything. You can't build consistency. You can't build a relationship. You can't build confidence. And you can't build a life. Because you're too busy fighting your own mind. And that's what this show is really about. It's not about fixing yourself. It's about learning to understand yourself. It's about realizing that bad part is actually trying to protect you. Even the parts that ruin things or sabotage things or lash out or make you shut down, they're not evil. They're protective. They're there for your survival. And when you learn to stop judging them, then you can learn to lead them. And that's the shift. And the director is the part that makes that shift possible. It's the part that now says, I see you and I know why you're here, but you're not running the show today. So, if you stay with me throughout the season, you're going to start to see your life a little bit differently. Not as I'm broken, but I've got a whole heap of parts that are trying to protect me. I just haven't learned how to lead them. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm above it. I'm in it. I still get triggered. I still feel fear. I still get overwhelmed. And I still have those days where I just want to disappear. But now, I don't shame it. I don't spiral into it. I just notice it. I name it, and then I lead it. And that's what the director does. And that's what this show is going to teach you. Without preaching, without therapy talk, and we're not going to pretend that life is simple, because it's not. It's messy, it's beautiful, and it's human. Welcome to episode 1. This is the director. This is the part of me that leads all the other parts. This is the part of me that stops the chaos without killing all the chaos. And if this hits in you, good. That means you're awake. That means there's another version of you and you're ready to meet them. Because there's no one version of me. I'm a collective of parts. And those parts together make the John Trager Show. Thanks for listening and watching, and I look forward to seeing you in episode 2, where we meet the parent.